This week I'm joined by Jeremy Thomas, who's 32, single and from Huddersfield. Jeremy is an IT manager at a local authority and currently drives what he describes as an old, beaten-up Escort. Plus, he's got a VW camper van for the weekends as well. Now, Jeremy wants a 4x4 and he has around £9,000 to £10,000 to spend. Jeremy, thanks for joining us here on Used Car Heaven. Now, at the moment, you've got a Ford Escort.
Ford Escort.
Why has that got to go?
It's got to go because it's falling apart.
Is it?
Windscreen wipers broke on it 2 days ago.
Oh, no.
It's getting to be a liability
And
now.
you've also got a VW camper van as
I've
well.
got an old VW camper van, which is slightly less of a liability.
Why do you want a 4x4?
I like the high driving position
Yeah.
of the camper van, the practicality of a 4x4. I live a little bit out in the country, so it could be useful in winter.
Is it something you would take off-road, do you think?
Not seriously, no.
Not really.
It doesn't have to be a real workhorse.
Okay, but you like the practicalities of 4x4.
Certainly do.
Well, the three that we've got lined up today are all roughly in the budget. I mean, you're looking to spend about sort of £9,000 to £10,000-ish.
That's it, yes.
That sort of area. First one is this, it's the Chevy Blazer, slightly unusual, a rare sight.
Yeah.
Not many of these on the roads.
Very American.
Very American. I mean, it's not a huge American yank tank as
No, it's not.
some of them are.
Some of them are huge, but
It's a petrol one, this, so it is a bit thirsty.
Right.
I mean, petrol or diesel, are you bothered about that?
Not overly. Have to see how it goes.
10 grand for this, fully loaded with all the toys.
That's it, you get a lot
Good
for your
value
money.
for money. Do you like the look of it?
Yes, it's quite impressed with it really. Wasn't expecting it to be quite so small. Think of American things as being
Yeah.
big, but no, this is quite good.
That's car number one. Have a look at the second one. And it's the Vauxhall Monterey. Now, they no longer make this model, but essentially underneath it's an Isuzu Trooper, but it's badged in the UK as a Vauxhall.
Be a good workhorse then.
It's a good workhorse. You've got Japanese reliability behind you, so it's unlikely to go wrong. And, you know, it's reasonable to service. You know, you can take it to your Vauxhall garage as well, obviously.
Easy then.
Diesel engine, very good engine, economical, 30-ish to the gallon.
That's not bad.
You're never going to get fantastic economy out
Not
of a
a vehicle
4x4.
this size.
No. So, but it's got the toys on it, and it's £9 grand for this.
£9 grand. Cheaper then.
I mean, first impressions?
First impressions, quite pleased
Looks
with
all right.
it. Yeah.
Doesn't look a bad car,
Very
does it?
purposeful looking.
Yeah?
We'll have to wait and
See
see.
what you think of number three. And number three is this, Jeremy. It's the Nissan Terrano, or the Terrano 2. It's the revised model, this.
Right.
Also seen in Ford Maverick gaze as well.
Yeah, look familiar.
But, yes. But this was a bigger seller, certainly for Nissan, than the Maverick was for Ford. What do you think of it? Do you like the look of it or not?
It's a long wheelbase, which is better than the short
Better
wheelbase.
than the short wheelbase, yeah.
But dare I say it?
Is space a big thing for you? You got a lot of things to cart about?
Occasionally, yes.
Occasionally, so
the ability
long
to throw
wheelbase.
stuff in.
Okay. Two-tone paint job doesn't do it very many favours, does it?
No, bit of a hairdresser car.
Do you think so?
Yes.
It is a diesel, so it's economical.
Right.
It's the most expensive of the three, 12 grand for this,
Right.
but we'll see whether
We've
it's
seen the
worth
price on
it.
it.
Let's take it for a spin.
Okay.
Well, Jeremy, in the initial chat, you've already said that you thought this was a bit of a hairdresser's car, so
Yep.
we have to try and, persuade you that maybe it isn't, and that it is a better car to drive. I mean, you're behind the wheel. What do you think now?
It's a good driving position. Plenty of view, even out the back through the rear view mirror. So
It's a big car, actually, isn't it? I mean, you look at it, there's plenty of space in here, isn't there?
there's lots of space, especially in the back seat. So I was impressed with that.
Yeah, a big boot.
Big boot, chuck your stuff in.
As usual with a lot of Japanese cars, it's very plasticky. I mean, on this model, this is obviously the top of the range model, and they've put this, well,
Lovely
fake
piece of wood.
Which that's never been near a tree, I can guarantee that. What about the performance-wise of it? Obviously, it's a 2.7 diesel engine, about 120 brake horsepower with this.
Right.
Does it feel responsive?
It's not massively, not off the mark. First gear certainly seemed a bit numb.
A bit sluggish.
Until the
I don't think
turbo kicks in a little bit. You can
I don't
feel
think
it
this is
pick
one
up.
of the torquiest diesel engines around, to be perfectly
No.
honest. And for more about the Nissan Terrano, here's Chris.
This is definitely not a Discovery or Cherokee. It's well behind the class leaders on the rough terrain, but as a family 4x4, it's well worth a look. This is the Nissan Terrano. Stick it in town, fine. Tow a caravan, that's fine. Even tow a horse box, that's fine. But take it off-road, we should have a look inside. The engines on one of these range from a 2.4, a 2.7 turbo diesel, which is this, and a 3 litre diesel. And between them, they'll average 23 to 31 miles per gallon. Now the trim is quite good in one of these, but watch out, they can suffer on the 3 litre diesels if they've been put through a little bit of hard work. The drive is good, you're really up high and you've got very supportive seats. If you come across one of these that's got high mileage, check the service history. There are no real shocks with one of these, pretty comfortable to run. This is a T registration and used it will cost you £12,000.
The Nissan Terrano comes with a choice of 2.4 litre petrol or 2.7 turbo diesel engines. Insurance ranges between Group 10 and 14, and they were introduced first in 1993, revised in 1996 and again in 2000.